These days on Kinmen Island, ferries from China are a regular sight. It was here 4 years ago that Taiwan's president launched his historic policy of openness. The first step was to allow Chinese tourists to visit for the first time in 60 years. What flowed from there was a long line of economic and trade deals meant to give Taiwan businesses a boost and strengthen what were fragile relations at best. The dramatic change is perhaps best seen through companies like Kinmen Liquor, where bunkers once used to wage war have been converted to store millions of liters of spirits.
Chinese tourists have indeed helped sales. Since we struck the deals, hundreds of thousands have come here, spent money and shopped.
It's little surprise then that most of big business has thrown its support behind President Ma Ying-jeou's bid for re-election. In the final push of campaigning, he promised even closer ties with China, including possibly signing a peace pact over the next 10 years.
We have been able to achieve peace across Taiwan Strait. Obviously, we will continue to do that to make sure the peace will be a long-lasting one.
Still, for many others, the promised economic boom has been a letdown. Many now rallying for Ma's key opponent, Tsai Ing-wen, come from working-class families who've seen jobs disappear as Taiwanese factories have gone to China.
Ma sides with big corporations. He can't help us find jobs. In 1 month, I have only 8 days of work.
Tsai, who according to polls has stolen the spotlight with almost half the vote, has promised to be tougher on trade and in politics, while not selling out the island's sovereignty.
Well, I've said it again and again, we would maintain a good relationship, a decent relationship with China.
Back on Kinmen Island, there are still reminders of the former war between the two sides. China has made no qualms about saying it wants Taiwan back. This time around, China is being just as vocal, warning that a victory for the pro-independence party could threaten the peace across the strait. Having tasted what warmer relations with China could bring, the debate now is whether the economic benefits are worthwhile. In democratic Taiwan, it will be the voters who ultimately decide. Steve Chao, Al Jazeera, Kinmen Island, Taiwan.